All right, so understand something. What he's showing y'all is the reason that young people are dying all over the hood.
Right.
You know, like I know. How many homeboys you got that didn't make it to your age? Quite a few, right? Why? Because there was another nigga out here who was mad, didn't want to solve the problem with the nigga. He'd rather blow his brains out. And then he gonna run around till somebody blow his brains out, or all of them gonna end up in the penitentiary and then they fighting in the penitentiary. Right or wrong? That's how it moves, right? But what he's showing you is that as young folks, let me ask you, Kev, do you think older people are your guides? Are you learning from older people though? But that's what I'm saying. Do you trust older people to guide you? You sure? Because why you living like you living if you trust older people to guide you? I know somebody said, hey man, look, here's how you supposed to live, here's how you're not supposed to live. So if you trusted them when they showed you how not to live, would you have lived like that? That means you don't trust them. Let me show you something. 1 Timothy 5:1. Watch this. It says, even in your age, and I know you didn't want to tell your age, sis, but 30-something? You 40? Okay, cool. I'm older than you. Don't be ashamed. Hey, as a matter of fact, he 21. He said he had homeboys that didn't even make it to his age. You ought to be proud that you 40. You understand? Because I got a lot of homeboys that didn't make it to my age. Read that real quick, though. Watch this, man. Watch this. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Rebuke not an elder.
So the Bible says don't rebuke an elder. Rebuke means to correct, right? But it also means that you shouldn't despise what the aged people are telling you. You shouldn't go against that. You ought to not be hard-headed. Because in the Bible, back in the day, if it wasn't for Christ, if you was hard-headed, you know what they did to hard-headed children? We took them to, what would they do, sis? Huh? Say it. Say it again.
Stone them.
You would be stoned to death for being a hard-headed child.
That's right.
That's in the Bible.
Right.
So today, we don't even do kids the way that they used to do them back in the day. If you didn't want to listen to your daddy back in the day, did you know that, Gordon? Gordon got his eyes away like you ain't listening. You ain't listening. Keith, did you know that?
I apologize. Back in the day,
Huh? Back in the day, if you didn't do what your parents told you to do, they would take you to the aged men of the city. They would plead their case against you and say what you had done and what you had not done. The aged people would say, wait a minute, okay, let's look at this law. Oh, the law say, hey, take him out there to the edge of the city and stone him to death. He ain't no good to our community. And you would die for being a disobedient kid.
That's right.
So we don't do that today. Why? Because of the love of Christ. But this still stands, though, because this is New Testament. Read it again.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1.
Read.
Rebuke not an elder,
Uh-huh.
but entreat him as a father.
So your aged men around you, you're supposed to look at them like your pops.
Right.
So that means when an aged man, and I agree with you, when he's moving in wisdom. But what wisdom should he be moving in? The wisdom of this Bible.
That's
right.
You understand? When you see an aged man who's telling you, bro, that ain't the way to go. I already been down that road. I already been in trouble for that. I already know where that life is going to take you. And Gordon, you know where the life takes you. Right? Being out here on these streets, doing what we do, moving the pack, breaking up pockets, right? Where does that end a man up? Name me the last time you saw the dude that was doing that for 60 years.
bleakness.
Huh?
In a stage of bleakness.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a man out here hustling for 60 years straight?
Honestly, 60 years straight.
Yeah.
That's the one to go. That's
Have you ever seen it? You 30 years
no,
old?
no.
You ain't never seen it. Normally, you know how long you're on the corners? Normally, you can push a good 4, maybe 6 years. That's if you ain't a snitch. If you're a snitch, you might get 10 or 15. You dig what I'm saying? But as soon as somebody find out you're a snitch, what's going to happen? Come on, Kels, talk to me, man.
What's going to
They going to kill you. You understand? You're going to run and hide, or you're going to be running for the rest of your life because somebody always at you. You dig what I'm saying? But the Bible says, though, if you listen to the aged men and entreat them, look at them like they are fathers, you can learn from them. You understand? You can learn how to take whatever skills you got, because what you don't realize is y'all actually got skills, right? What type of skill does it take to stand on the corner and get money? What's one of the things you got to be able to do? Name some things. You got to have some patience. Guess what? Patience is a biblical principle. You got to have some patience. In business, do you have to have patience? Because it ain't no business out here where you're going to get rich overnight, right?
Right.
So you already got the principle of patience. You willing to take the time to get your money, right? What else you got to have? Name something else. Gordon, I want you to give me one because I know you got it.
In order to what is it now?
In order to be a businessman, name some skills or the skills that you already got. Standing on the corners, what skills do you already have?
Mine would have been leadership.
Leadership. In order to run a business, you got to have a leadership mind. You got to be able to look at the little dudes around you and say, he good at this, so I'm going to let him do that. He good at this, I'm going to let him do that.
Right.
You already got leadership skills. The problem is you applying the skills that you got to the wrong damn thing.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? You could be doing everything in the world, but you got to look at aged men that already came through it, that already did it, and listen to what they telling you.
Right.
Like they your pops. Even if they didn't actually make you, bro, you should look at aged men that's making good moves and say, sir, teach me how to be like you. Teach me how to do what you doing so I ain't got to be out here taking these penitentiary chances.
That's right.
Because you got a lot of homeboys that didn't make it to your age, and you ain't promised tomorrow. You agree? Read.
And the younger men as brethren.
So now, y'all young men together, y'all ought to be out here looking at each other as brothers. But remember what Leviticus 19 said. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. What did it mean to hate your brother? You remember, Gordon? Was you listening?
Hate the brother.
Yeah, what did it mean to hate your brother?
I mean, literally meaning
Okay, yeah, give me a literal meaning. Gordon, what does it mean to hate your brother?
misery.
Huh?
Misery.
Misery? I give it to Keith. What does it mean to hate your brother? Because you know you're an Israelite. So what does this Bible say it means to hate your brother? You don't remember. Sis, you remember?
Break.
If they do something wrong by you, or if they do something, watch this, read that. Watch what it means to hate your brother in your heart. Understand this, because we out here so we can teach young men how to move amongst each other and stop the cycles that we living in. So that this sister can feel safe saying, you know what? He's an attractive man. He spoke to me. Let me go and talk to leadership, to the aged men, see how they vouch for him because he's interested in maybe making me his wife. You understand? She got to be able to trust that, but you got to be able to trust that she's doing what she's supposed to do and going to do what she's supposed to do for you. Right. You understand? Watch this. Read that. 1917.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
What did it say?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Now, your heart is your mind. They tell you with this, but you can't think with this in your chest, right? So the Bible says, do not hate your brother in your head. Meaning you're not jealous and envious of that brother to the point of where you want to rob him, where you want to go and take his girl, where you want to snatch his car, where you want to take his jewelry, where you want to run up in his house and take what he got, where you want to take his money, where you want to sell him stuff that's going to kill him. That's hating your brother in your heart.
Right.
You understand? But watch what else it says. Read.
Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
No, read that right. Come on.
Sorry. Thou shalt in any wise
You
rebuke.
shall in any wise rebuke, meaning correct him. So if y'all are brothers, y'all say y'all brothers? Or at least y'all at least homeboys? Huh?
Go on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all homeboys, right? So if you see him going off doing something wrong, and the Bible says that you see him doing something wrong, it says that you should not allow him to do nothing that is against God. All right. Because if you see him living against God, meaning in sin, and you don't correct him, what does the Bible say that you do in your head? Now, read it again. Watch this. We're going to break it down.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You should rebuke him when you see him going off.
That's right.
Doing something that is against God. But the Bible, they tell you, can't nobody judge me. Guess what? That's the book of Tupac, chapter 1996, Dead.
Right.
Right.
That's the book of Tupac. Can't nobody judge me.
Bring it up.
Only God can judge me. If God got to come down here and judge you, guess what it means? Death.
Right.
Because the judgment of God is you dying. God putting you in the penitentiary is giving you another chance. At least he didn't kill you.
That's right.
That's mercy from God that he didn't kill you.
Good.
You understand?
Being that it is that, I mean, you got to think about who that is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Read that again from the top.
Go on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Do not hate your brother in your mind,
Thou shalt in any wise
but you
rebuke thy
will
neighbor.
in any way correct your neighbor. Your brother is your neighbor, not the person living next to you. Your brother of your own people. All of us are neighbors. The
That's
dude that owns this store is not our neighbor.
right.
He is of another nation. He is of another nation. And as soon as you ain't no good to him no more, guess what? Sir, I got some men standing outside my shop that's doing XYZ. I need y'all to come through and investigate it. And guess where you going? Straight to jail. And the store gonna stay open and another nigga gonna move in on your corner doing the same thing till he tired of him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But the Bible said, thou shalt in any wise correct thy neighbor. Read.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And not allow him to live in his sins. The reason we called you over here is because we recognize you our brother. Now, because of skin color, I don't know for a fact that you my brother. But when you stepped up, you said you were Israelite. So guess what? That means if I see you in sin, it's time for me to tell you, bro, stop doing what you're doing. You're
right.
about to break the Sabbath day, and you ain't supposed to break the Sabbath. Because God said, I'll kill you for breaking my Sabbath.
Right.
You understand? We looking at y'all. Y'all supposed to be saying to each other, hey, bro, let's go find some jobs and come up together, bro. Let's find out a way. Let's take our leadership skills. Let's take our skills of being able to deal. Can y'all deal with people? You know how to talk to folks? You know how to put your game down, huh? Say, hey, look out, man. This is that third, why, right? Whoop-de-whoop. You know how to make things move. Well, guess what, bro? Y'all supposed to take them skills together and turn that into a business, bro.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
All of that becomes business. You don't have to continue to live. But if you love your brother, you're going to tell him, bro, what we doing is wrong. But
Right.
if you hate your brother, guess what you're going to say? Guess what you're going to say? Say, bro, let's just keep getting it how we feel. Let's just keep pushing. But your real brother is going to say, bro, stop doing what you're doing. Right. It's another way to get it.
That's right.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word